Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my tutorials. Today is a really special tutorial. This look is on Ariana Grande's makeup look that she wore during her One Love concert that she did a couple days ago. It was absolutely amazing. I felt so inspired by her and how united everyone became after the terrible tragedy of the bombings and everything that happened. So I really wanted to recreate her makeup look because I felt so inspired by it, and I feel like she did such an amazing thing for the world, spreading love and unity among us all, especially during this hard time. So if you guys are interested in how I got this makeup look right here, then please stay watching. Hey guys! So to begin this Ariana Grande look, I'm going to start off with her eyes. Just in case we have any fallout or we need to fix up the wings or anything, it's easier to do that when there's no foundation on the face. So first of all, I begin off and I just prime her eyes with some concealer to cover any redness or veins, any unwanted pigments from the lids showing through to the eyeshadow. So I just want to make them nice and neutralized. Then I'm going to set that concealer in place with just a matte brown shadow. This is the universal shade from my Caramel Melange palette by Zoeva, and I'm just setting the whole lid in place. Make sure you heavily set the crease in place because that is where it tends to crease, in the crease, because when you're lifting your eyelids up and down you don't want that line stretching across that lid from where the concealer is creased, so just set that nicely in place. Then I'm going to go in with some tape, and I tape from the corner of her eye up to the end of her brow, so the tail of her brow, and that is going to be our guide for the eyeshadow, and especially the wing when we apply it on later on. It's like a nice guide and it keeps it nice and sharp. So next I go in with my Caramel Melange palette and grab Alchemy from the palette and a flat shader brush, and I'm placing it all over the lid from inner corner to outer corner. And it doesn't have to be neat because we are going to just blend it out afterwards, and the tape keeps it neat. So it's basically, we can be as messy as we want and it still looked flawless. I've chosen to use Alchemy all over the lid because Ariana Grande had a very simple, like, bronzy eye going on, so I'm trying to replicate that today. Once I've evenly placed Alchemy all over our lid, I'm grabbing Start Soft. It's just a softer brown shade, and I'm placing that through the crease with my 228 Zoeva Soft Crease Brush. And I'm blending out the edges of Alchemy with this brown shade so that it's a nice soft blend, so it's nice and smoky and there's no harsh lines. Then I'm grabbing Liquid Center and mixing it with Almost Burnt. So I'm mixing those two shadows together, and I'm placing them on the center of the lid and bringing it towards the inner corner of the eye for that nice goldy bronze look that Ariana had going on her lids. It's absolutely gorgeous. Then I go back in with just Almost Burnt and just place that on the center of the lid for a bit of an extra pop so that they're really nice and goldy browny on like the center of the lid like Ariana had, and then they fade into that more bronzy shade on the inner corner. It's just a nice kind of golden bronze is what I wanted to kind of capture that she had on her lids. Then I'm going in with my Hailey Baldwin liquid eyeliner, and I'm creating a nice thick wing on her eyes, and I'm using the tape as a guide. This helped me create these perfect, really crisp wings on her eyes really easily, and if I didn't have that tape it would have been a lot harder, so I really do recommend having tape there because it really creates a nice sharp wing like Ariana had. Then I just place some eyelash glue on my hand to help it dry as I place some mascara on her lashes. I like having glue drying on my hand because the heat from my skin will help it like become tacky quicker than like just having it on a piece of plastic or something. So I'm coating her lashes nice and thick in this Arganwear black mascara so that they mesh in with her false lashes nice and seamlessly. Then I go in with these iconic lashes from House of Lashes and I place them on her eyes. I feel like these lashes were perfect because they did match the ones that Ariana was wearing on the Manchester concert. Then I'm grabbing my Hailey Baldwin liquid liner and just covering up that lash band just to cover up any glue that might be showing through and to help the lashes mesh in with that liquid liner so that you can't tell where they begin, so that they look more natural kind of thing. Then I'm just grabbing my BYS black kohl liner and placing that in her tight line and on her waterline as well. Then I'm grabbing this black eyeshadow and setting that kohl liner in place so that it doesn't melt down her face later on, and also to deepen up that black so it's more intense. Then we're going to hit pause on our eyes for now and move on to the skin. And I'm going in with this self-adjusting complexion primer from Urban Decay and placing that from the center of her face and working outwards. This primer is literally the bomb diggity. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. It creates such a nice flawless base. Your pores are blurred. You look photoshopped. You literally look like your skin is airbrushed. I absolutely love it. And because Ariana was very flawless, she has very flawless skin, I wanted to replicate that. And this primer does the job, girl. I absolutely love it. For foundation, I'm going in with my EX1 Invisiwear foundation in the shade F200, and yes, it does not match her skin whatsoever, but it is the tan shade that Ariana had going on. At the concert, she was very gorgeous and very tanned, so I'm just going in with this foundation. So I want to replicate that, and to make sure it looks more natural and meshes in with her skin, I'm bringing it all the way down her neck, and also placing it on her ears as well. For concealer, I'm just grabbing my e.l.f. concealer that I used at the beginning and placing that underneath the eyes. And I'm also just crispening up her wing with the edge of the Beauty Blender so that it's nice and sharp, and just kind of cleaning up any eyeshadow that might be, underneath there or anything like that. To set that concealer in place, I'm going in with this banana shade from my NYX Contour and Highlight Kit. It's just a nice yellow powder, and I'm placing that underneath the eyes to kind of create a highlight effect there, because Ariana did have a little highlight going on. And I placed that on the center of the forehead, nose, and chin to create an all-rounder highlight, so it's not just under the eyes, but it's evenly distributed on the face. For brows, I just quickly did her brows and created them nice and defined with my Master Brow Pro palette from Maybelline, and set the brow hairs in place with my Brow This Way sculpting gel in the shade Deep Brown. And boom, girl, those brows are defined. Ariana had nice defined brows, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do that too. So I made them nice and defined. For contouring and bronzing the skin, Ariana again was very bronzed, very tan, so I'm going to go in with my NYX Contour and Highlight Kit and place this tan shade from the NYX kit. It's a nice warm tone brown, and I'm placing this on her cheekbones and on her temples as well. I always make sure to do a nice C shape around her cheekbones to create a more natural effect. And then if I did go too heavy-handed on the bronzer, I just go in with my Beauty Blender and blend it out so it's a bit more softer and more natural. Then I go in and bronze her forehead, so her temples, and also underneath the jawline, because Ariana Grande did have a nice strong jawline, so I do like to bring a bit of shadow there to just kind of define the jawline a little bit more. And I also made sure to place that bronzer on the cheeks, because we're not going to be placing any blush or anything on the cheeks. I did place some bronzer there to give a bit of warmth to the face. And just to carve out the bronzer a bit more, I placed one of that yellow banana shade just underneath where I want it to highlight, so that the bronzer stands out a bit more and it's a bit more contoured. Then I go in with this contour shade. It's a cool tone brown. It's in the shade Sculpt, and I'm going in with a fan brush and just contouring out her cheekbones, because Ariana Grande was very contoured, very chiseled. So I'm just placing that on her cheekbones and also around her temples as well for a more natural effect. I always do that C shape because, like I said, it just creates a more natural, flawless finish. And I just wiggle that product, focusing most of it towards the hairline and blending the rest of it towards the corner of the mouth for a nice strong contour. And I also go in and slightly contour her nose for a bit more definition there, because you can get lost on the face with all the other things going on. You don't want the nose to be sunken in, you want it to stand out. Then I'm going in with this gorgeous Nectar highlight, again from the NYX Contour Kit, and placing this on all the high points of her face, because I feel like it's such a natural highlight. It just creates a very glowy look. It doesn't look like powder or highlight. It just creates a nice glow from within. And Ariana had an amazing glow going on. So I do want to replicate that today. So I'm just going to go in with lots of different things to create that glow. But I did start off with that Nectar shade. Next, I'm going in with my beautiful Violet Voss highlighting trio palette, and I'm placing this first shade, it's the deepest brown highlight shade from the palette, on the bronzy parts of her face to really emphasize that bronze and give a gorgeous glow. So I keep it focused towards the hairline and blend it out towards the end of the bronzy parts, if that makes sense. And then I go in with the middle shade, so it's a lighter brown shade, and I'm placing this on the cheekbones so that I'm trying to create a kind of ombre effect, so the deeper brown highlight into the softer brown highlight, so it creates a more natural effect and natural glow. And I'm placing it on the cheeks and also on the temples, like I said, anywhere that I bronze, and a little bit on the nose for a bit of a glow there as well. Can't have too much glow going on, guys. I just love a gorgeous glow. And I also placed a bit on her neck as well to bring that glow down a little bit. I don't want it all focused on the face. I do want some on the body as well. Then I go in with the lighter shade from the highlighting trio and place it on all the high points of her face for a very gorgeous highlight glow. And I go in with an eyeshadow brush and place that on the more defined areas like the tip of the nose, bridge of the nose, cupid's bow, that kind of thing. And I'm also highlighting the inner corner and brow bone of her eyes with the two highlights, so the lighter highlight and the middle highlight shade. Then for a more intense highlight glow thing going on, I'm going to go in with my Mary Luminizer by the Balm and place that on the very, very high points of her face, so the high points of the cheekbone, the brow bone. I do a little zigzag shape up the temple brow bone part. I do a little exclamation mark on the nose, and I just do a little touch, just a little dab on the inner corner and brow bone. Then to set all that good stuff in place, I'm going in with my Urban Decay All Night Out Setting Spray because this stuff does not let your makeup move. It is amazing. It just holds it in place. Now we're going to hit unpause on the eyes and go in with my Alchemy shade from my Caramel Melange palette and a pencil brush, and I'm placing that nice and close against the lash line from outer corner and tapering it towards the inner corner, and then I blend it out with a soft crease brush from Zoeva. Then I want to go back in and just deepen up that shade because it can get blended away, and then I just, blend out the edges again. That kind of thing. And that's it. That's the eyes basically done. We just need to place some bottom lash mascara, and boom, girl. Boom. It is done. The eyes, Ariana's eyes are completed. It's super easy, guys. I just loved her simple bronzy look. Like, I feel like it was so just natural and simple. Like, the concept was just so her. That's what I loved about this look so much. So onto lips, I wanted to try and kind of replicate the color that she had, but I didn't have a color that looked like that, so I just kind of mixed a few things together. So I started off with this Revlon lipstick. It's a really like Barbie pink lipstick, and I place this on her lips, and then over top I go in with a more muted pink, so it's like a more like nude pink. It's called the Pale Plethora from Zoeva, and I placed that over top. And then because it wasn't like nude enough, I went in with a bit of like light foundation and placed it with my beauty blender on the very center of the lips to create a kind of ombre effect. And then to finish off, I went with this 3D effect like lip gloss, and I placed this over top for the real like glossy lip look that she had going on. And I felt like I kind of got the color like pretty close, so I was pretty happy with how it turned out. And that is the finished makeup look, guys. I really, really, really hope you guys enjoyed today's look. It's really close to my heart because I feel like the whole message she was sending across, all those artists that were sending across, was so special and so important, especially in like today's age. Like, we can get a bit self-absorbed with like all the social media and things like that, and we lose perspective. And I feel like coming together is such an important thing. Like, I just felt really inspired by her and really uplifted, and I just wanted to replicate her look because she was so inspiring. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's look. Please comment down below any ideas that you would like for me to do for my next videos, and also like down below if you did enjoy this video, so that I know you like these kinds of videos and you enjoyed the concert. And if you guys are interested in seeing any more of my upcoming videos, then please subscribe down below and join my YouTube fam bam. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Have an amazing day. Spread the love. It's so important that we spread love because there just isn't enough of it going around. I feel like it's so important to really just give someone a compliment, or like just be kind to one another. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. I'll stop rambling on. Bye guys. Love you.
Practice what you preach. Could you turn the other cheek? Question is, where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love? The love.